It's LaQuasia. We're cooking beyond measure again, and as you know, it's Sunday, so one thing you do on Sunday, always make Sunday dinner. Sunday dinner today is going to consist of my homemade cornbread chili. Let's go ahead and jump right on into it now. Okay, starting out, we're going to go ahead and do our vegetables that we're going to be sauteing pretty much. I got half an onion, half a yellow bell pepper, half a green bell pepper, and a little bit of celery. As you know from my previous video, this is the Holy Trinity. Onion, bell pepper, and celery. If ever you see a video or you're cooking and someone mentions Holy Trinity, you know exactly what they're talking about. And I don't want my chili too chunky, so I'm gonna pretty much cut it in small pieces. Not too small to where I don't get any texture from them, but we're still gonna cut it into some fairly small pieces. The difference in my chili, and I'll add the ingredients, not much of a recipe, but I will add the ingredients in the description area. But the difference in my chili as opposed to others, add a little corn to my chili. I think I started doing that a few years ago, and it turned out to be a pretty big hit, so I kept doing it. I'm doing things a little bit different today, as you can tell. I'm letting you see me. All right. That is the bell pepper. I'm sorry, that's the celery. And I'm making a mess. See, this is why I don't be wanting y'all to see me, because you can see everything I drop. But anyway, let me go ahead and cut up this bell pepper. Well, both bell peppers and onion. And we're going to get over to the cast iron. Oh, let me show you this. Although it's a little small, if you're making a family-sized chili, this is what you want. This is my baby. This is my cast iron Dutch oven. I'm not making just chili. If it was just chili without the cornbread topping, it would actually be in a bigger pot. I think I have... I'm not going to even pull it out. I got so much stuff down there. Something's going to crash and fall. But anyway, it would be a bigger pot, pretty much. Have a taller stock pot is what it is. Have a taller stock pot that I would use if I was making just the chili. But because this is, like I said, going to be covered in, or covered with cornbread, I don't need to make as much. So, let me go ahead and get these guys cut up. And we'll be right back. So we've got the Holy Trinity completely cut up. We have the onions. Let's see if I can turn it to the side. We have the onions, the bell pepper, and the celery. Everything's here. We just want to let the Dutch oven heat up a little bit. Let me go ahead and show you what I'm going to be putting into my chili. First off, ground beef. This is actually 3 pounds. I'm only going to use maybe 1.5 pounds of this. I also have Italian sausage. I'm going to use all of this Italian sausage. I have a chili seasoning packet, but on top of that I also have chili powder. Can you see it? Can you see it? Yeah, chili powder. I have my tomato sauce. Oh, excuse me. Worcestershire sauce. Kidney beans, light red, dark red, whatever color you want to use. And if you notice, yes, I am rocking with Great Value, because if you really know how to cook and season your food, it's still going to taste the same no matter how much you spend or what brand you get, unless it's peaches. I have noticed that the generic brand peaches have look like fur and fuzz on them. So I do get like the name brand peaches. But anyway, kidney beans, diced tomatoes, seasoned with Slap Your Mom. I put this in almost everything. And as I said before, I do put a little corn in it. You may want to use frozen corn. I'm just using the can because we're just going to be throwing this together. A little pepper. Did I mention onion powder? Yeah, a little onion powder. Maybe some garlic powder. On top of that, shoot me if you want. Condemn me. Take me to trial. It doesn't matter. You may not want to use it, but this is what I'm putting on top of my chili. You can make your own sauce if you want, but this is actually what I'm putting on top of my chili. So, let me put a little bit of olive oil in here just so I can start sweating down my vegetables. I may need something to cook with. Hold on. So, like I said, we're going to cook this down. And if you notice, if you've been keeping up, I'm doing my video a little bit different today. So, let me know if you like the way I'm doing it today as opposed to the way that I've normally done it. Normally, you don't really see any of me. Today, I'm showing my face. But normally, you won't see me at all. But people were telling me, you know, hey, we want to see you. So, and then I have my videos in several cooking groups, and I guess it gets, you know, helps people get acquainted with you when you do it that way. I may want to go ahead and cut this, but I'll hold off until I get ready to put it in, and I'll cut that here in a minute. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and let this cook on down. And once it cooks down good enough, we'll come back with the ground beef. Be right back. So I think it's cooked down good enough. So let's go ahead and start adding the mild Italian sausage. Everything that I'm using is optional. It's completely up to you. If you want to use it, don't just throw this in there. You have to remember with this Italian sausage, there's always that paper there. But yeah, everything that I'm using is optional. You can add to or take away pretty much how you want. And, you know, as I always say, we cooking beyond measure. So that should tell you I'm not measuring, okay? I don't want anybody to think that I'm just being stingy. I seriously do not measure. I think I told you I was using a pound and a half of the ground beef. I have this guy. It's a great tool. It helps you chop your meat down. I have no idea what it's called, but I think it was on the think it was on the end cap or maybe on the little hangy in the grocery store. So I picked it up and see how well I would like it, and I've been using it ever since. I don't know if you can see the color that I'm getting here, but this is one thing that excites me about it. It gives you a gorgeous color, and then once you start adding the tomatoes and the corn and the beans and everything, it's gorgeous. All right, so let's go ahead and cook that down and let all the meat brown. Everything is good and browned, and we've drained most of the fat off. So I am going to add 1 packet of the chili seasoning. If you want to add more than one, completely optional, totally up to you. But that's not all I add though. I still use my regular chili powder. I always add my chili powder to my chili. The chili seasoning has a thickening agent in it, which is going to help to thicken. So I'm going to go ahead and add, I'm going to start off with just one of these containers of tomato sauce. I haven't used this one before. I hope it's still the same. It is. Okay. I was scared that it wasn't going to be the same consistency, but it is. And the reason I say start off with one, because again, we're putting this, I'm going to turn it down so we can start getting a simmer. But again, we're putting cornbread on top of this, so you may not want to get it. I'm sorry, where I come from, I need all my corn. So let me go ahead and put a little water in here. All right, got a little water in there. Shake it up, move it around, and you get all that out. Yeah, so I think we're only going to need just the one. I have my my kidney beans, my corn, and my diced tomatoes already drained, because once again, it's not going to be just plain chili, okay? It's going to have the cornbread on top. Got some onion on my spoon. So anyway, 1 can of drained corn, whole kernel. Please don't get cream corn. It ain't gonna turn out right, trust me. Can of kidney beans. Normally I would do 2. I'm gonna do 1 today. I'm gonna be good. But depending on how I'm feeling, I might be feeling a little froggy, so I might go ahead and put that 2nd can in there. But anyway, there's my tomatoes. And let's see, we getting there. We almost there. It's looking good, but you don't just put it all together and say you ready. So, extra bang of flavor. I'm gonna put some Worcestershire sauce in here. Doesn't take a lot, you know, to your taste, you know. I could go ahead and put that up too. I'm gonna go ahead and put some onion powder in here. If you feel like it's too tart or has too much of a bite, feel free to kind of cut that bite out or take that tartness out with a little bit of sugar. Sue me. Put a little sugar in there if you feel like you need to. I went ahead and grabbed this garlic salt because I forgot about that. I can put fresh garlic in here, but I've already cooked it and I would have wanted to cook my garlic. So, which side I want? This side. Pepper. And I use the restaurant style refill because it's bigger pepper flakes, which means I can actually see my pepper. So I'd rather use that. Now, I don't know if it is open. Okay, with my chili powder, I like plenty of chili flavor. So I dump it on. I'm sorry. When I tell you it's not measured, but you're going to know that chili in there. That chili powder there. And the last thing I'm going to throw in here is a little bit of Slap Your Mama for some heat. If you wanted to cut up some jalapenos, jalapenos, you could have done that as well. I leave this out because you never know when you got to come back to it. I can't put my extra virgin away though. And I'm actually done with the tomato sauce, so I will put that away as well. So anyway, everything is well incorporated. And the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and turn this oven on. Let it start preheating to 350. Now, I'm going to put a lid on it and let this go ahead and simmer and cook through. But I recommend before you go throwing a lid on there, you better get you a little old spoon and taste what you created. Because at this point, you can add or remove. Not enough kick. And I need a little bit more chili powder, in my opinion. Like I said, do what you want to do. I'm putting a little chili powder in mine, okay? It's not making it salty or anything. It's just giving me that chili kick that I need. We're going to take a brief break because I'm finna break my son. You know I'm doing this video and he in there playing on that phone loud as he possibly can. Give me a minute. Sorry about that little intermission. But like I always say, it's real life around here. So, I'm a mother first. Well, I'm sorry, a wife first, mother. And this come last, just so you know. Because I do have a regular 9 to 5. This going to be last right here. Alright. I'm going to clean my spoon off and try it again. What y'all think? Okay. As the kids say, it's hitting just right. It's hitting just right. Sorry, y'all, I was thirsty. Okay. So that's it for this. I'm gonna go ahead put that lid on top. Let that rest, hang out, chill, do its thing for maybe about 30 minutes or however long it takes for me to get the cornbread prepared. And I'll go ahead and get my flour, little sugar, cornmeal, egg, and milk. And we're going to go ahead and get this cornbread started. Okay, you may have already seen my sweet cornbread video. This cornbread is not going to be much different from that one. It's going to be smaller measurements, of course. For instance, I have a cup of flour, and I'm going to add to that cup of flour, if I can get in here, half a cup of cornmeal. So I like this little deal here because I can actually measure everything out right in the cup. Alright, so that's my half cup of cornmeal. It's not my cornbread bowl, but it'll work just fine. My baking powder, I just kind of eyeball it. Not much. Not much at all. And, yep, ice cream bucket of sugar. I'm a hood chick. What can I say? 2.5 scoops of the ice cream bucket of sugar. And I got my dish over here. Let me spray it now. That way I can go ahead and put the spray up. That'd make a huge difference whether or not you spray the dish, because again, you're putting liquid in the bottom. So it's not going to make a big difference. Y'all, my cabinet's overflowing. Like, for real, overflowing. Mix it in a little bit. My oven is on right now. It's actually set to 350. Like I said, it's not as big of a batch of cornbread as I would normally make. To get my milk and my egg. Remember the trick I showed you guys about breaking the egg? Never on the corner of the bowl, because it breaks the shell and puts it into your mixture. Like I always tell you with my milk, I start off with a little. If I feel like I need more, I can always add it. You'll always hear me say you can always add, but you can never take away, okay? That goes with seasoning and anything else when it comes to cooking. You can add all day, but you can't take away. So if I feel like I need more milk, I can add more milk. If I feel like I got too much milk, I can't take that milk out of there. Normally, with my regular cornbread recipe, if you saw, I would have it in a cast iron skillet, some butter or bacon fat already in the oven, warming up that skillet, getting it good and hot. For this, there's no need to do that. I put just enough milk in there. I like what we got. Let's put this milk back away. One thing I did not say, it's sometimes a good idea to take these pouches and let them sit in a pot of hot water while you're cooking. That way it softens up. If you didn't do it this time, because I didn't do it, it's fine. But that's the it's a good go-to in the future. I'm just cleaning up my area, guys. Just getting everything out of my way. Because first of all, I'm about to bring my pot and sit it here so I can start taking out the chili with my big ladle spoon. And let's see. It's cast iron, it's hot, sorry. Oh yeah. So if you can see my glass dish, that should tell you I'm pretty much not going to use all of the chili in here. So if you have family members that just want to have a bowl of chili, they have the option of doing that. Okay, I'm not going to pour it because it's hot. So like I said, I'm going to use my big ladle spoon. I'm going to move this over here as close as I can to prevent a mess. And look, I still made a mess. I'm proud of myself because I didn't add more beans. I normally overdo it with the beans just because I like them. You know what they say, good for your heart, and it make you... I'm pretty sure everybody's heard that saying before about the beans. They're good for the heart and they make you... Okay, I'm not gonna fill it all the way. I think that's good. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this guy and get it out of my way. Clean up the little bit of a mess that I made here. Cleanliness is next to what? Godliness. Hello. I don't know exactly what happened there, but let's go ahead and move this on over here. Open up this Velveeta cheese sauce, and you know what? If it tickles your fancy to use shredded cheese or whatever you want to use, do that. By all means, do that. It's up to you. Do whatever it is you would like. But like I said, in mine, this is my go-to, and I'm just gonna snip the corner off. Like I said, you may have wanted to put it in a pot of hot water, let it soften, and all I'm doing is just squeezing it in here. I don't know how many of you know my story, know my journey, but I actually have RA and lupus. And I felt like telling you that right now because as I'm squeezing this, I am in pain. Like my finger is about to be stuck in the way that I'm pushing it. So it cramps up real bad, and it's... Anybody with a autoimmune deficiency or disease, you understand the struggle. Well, I would love to get the rest out of there, but I'm going to find some kind of handy device or something to help me get that out. But right now, we're going to move on to the next one. That box that I have had 3 packs of this, okay? So You can use all three or not. I think I'm going to use all three. If I can muster up the strength to get it all out. Alright, I got one more. Looks like mustard on camera, doesn't it? Just want to make sure every bite has cheese. That's pretty much all I'm doing. Some of us like to, like I said, get a plain bowl of chili and put your shredded cheese on there, and then you get you a slice of cornbread on the side. Well, with this that I've come up with, you get it all in one wok. Alright, so I think that's enough cheese. I'm not going to even try with that other one because that's hurting, no lie. Now, I know it's my cornbread spoon, but it don't matter about me spreading it out because I'm just going to use the same spoon and pour this cornbread over in here anyway. So just want to spread the cheese just a little bit. You won't get it too much because, like I said, I didn't put it in the hot water like I mentioned. All right, cornbread, just kind of just pour it over the top. You know, just pour it over the top, and no biggie if you don't fill in all the gaps. Just want to mainly cover the cheese, but again, if you don't get it all, it's no big deal. Can you guys believe it's Sunday? I'm cooking dinner without a dessert. Go figure. I don't know the last time there was a Sunday. And I'm not saying there has not been a Sunday, but I don't remember the last time I cooked dinner on a Sunday and I didn't make a dessert with it. And it's not that they don't have dessert, because if you saw the videos, I made a peach cobbler a couple of days ago. So we still got a little bit of peach cobbler left, so we'll just have fun with that. And we got snow and ice and everything coming. So we got chili and cornbread. Who doesn't eat chili and cornbread when it's snow and ice on the ground, right? So, dropping this in the oven. And I put that on the middle to top rack because you're not needing to really bake anything on the bottom. Everything on the bottom, your chili is done. So there's nothing there that you need to bake. You just want to get your cornbread cooked all the way through. And you want that to get a nice golden brown. And that'll take about 30 minutes. So when I pull that out of the oven, I will show you guys, plate it up, and let you see all the cheesy goodness. And hopefully you may get a chance to taste it. If you work with me, if you live with me, if you're related to me. You may have already had it. But anyway, tired. As you know, I work at night. Well, you may not know, I work at night, so I am tired. But anyway, we'll be back as soon as it comes out the oven. Like I said, maybe about 30 minutes. See you in a minute. Alright, so y'all gonna kill me. My husband woke up before I was able to catch him. When I took it out, I was letting it cool off. Well, he cut into it, so I can't show you the finished result of how it looked. But what I did do was take a bowl just so you can see the cornbread on top. And it's awesome. You can see the cheese, and you also have your chili. I don't know if you can see that. But anyway, that's it. Quick and simple. Like I said, no desserts today. It's the easiest thing in the world to do. Or if you just want to just make the chili alone, you can stop right there without the cornbread. All right. Thank you guys so much. Love you lots. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Cooking beyond measure. No measurements. Doing it from the hip. Love you lots. Bye.